Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. We're back in our second season on Crunchy Citadel. As most people have requested, you know, if you saw last week, the Frosty Planet pack came out, so we did a little bit of a little video there. We started a new colony just to kind of explore that a bit, but I set up a poll and the people have spoken, and they said, no, we want to see more of the Crunchy Citadel. So that's what we're doing, and we're gonna have a ball doing it as per usual. So here we are. Now if we want, we'll play a little bit of that beautiful colony itself another time, but for now we are here returning with the Crunchy Citadel, doing all the hard work that we have been up to, expanding some lines and stuff. I have a plan today. The big plan is us setting ourselves up with some oil productions. Now there are quite a few slicksters here, but unfortunately they just simply do not cut the cake. They simply don't, they're not good enough. I need more from them. So what I'm gonna do is I need to get rid of the water that's over here. So we're gonna do kind of the little strategy that we did last time where we kind of push things over. So that's what we'll be doing here. It is pretty messy in here. We had quite a little bit of an error there when we moved upwards, but we're fixing it. We're cleaning it up a bit. They do have food, thankfully, and the food seems to be growing, so we're going to leave them with that. And we need to bring a greater water supply here, because what happens is the water will get, well, destroyed by the oil reservoirs. So if there was a geyser here that had water, that would have been great, but unfortunately we've got a carbon dioxide geyser instead, which just simply won't do. The amount of oil reservoirs right off the bat, though, is crazy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 at least, and they're not all that hard to get to either. So we're just going to be doing our simple moves here. Get them to set that up as well, and then we'll destroy it. I do need them to actually have a digging skill. Right now they're, oh, we got an achievement. Reveal 80% of the map. And I'm assuming that's on Cultivista because they've been exploring this way. So for the first time, there we go. Amazing. Good work, folks. And let's get them to do this. So I'm kind of letting these folks do their own thing too, because I am debating digging out a good portion of this and having a lot of water just down here, because as we talked about last time, people have this little tendency to rip open the whole map. So we're kind of doing that. We have this, well, we're gonna have this set up. It's not quite there yet, but the plan is to have this all cleaned up, and we'll get them to do that. And we're gonna allow them to go down here now too, because it should save some time. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if they, you know, if they do that or not. I'm not quite sure. Either way, we'll see what they can do for us. They're not doing a good job with some of it, though. Storage unavailable for the polluted water. No, there should be. There's... see, there we go. Polluted water. Okay. Also, I was hoping that I could make this room into a kitchen. Let's see. So you need a spice grinder, a cooking station, a refrigerator, no mess table. Okay, so we need a refrigerator, but the refrigerator doesn't need to be running. So give me a fridge. Oh, I don't even have... Oh, you know what? I'll put the fridge down here. We're not going to actually use it for anything. And then you need a spice grinder. Oh, damn it. Okay, so... produce ingredients that add benefits to food, reverted cooking stations. Storage capacities. I don't even know what you use. Okay, so let's cancel the fridge. And do this again. Okay. There we go. So that should be fine. I'm not even going to power that, and it should be okay. Can I... when the attribute increases, does it go away? Okay, it does. Long commutes. Yep. And then defaults. Okay. Long commutes. I know. Thank you so much. Please stop telling me that there are long commutes. I'm aware. They're not happy with me. What are the long commutes, actually? Wait a second. Travel time, 50%. Okay. what I'm hoping to do is set up this tube kind of all the way down to here. So if they are running down here, they can just go up or down with greater ease, but we'll see how far we can get. This is a little bit of an issue because I don't think I can't deconstruct it. So I might have to go around it, which is annoying, but it is what it is. So a couple things. We're making some more steel. We need some refined metals over in Combustista, so that's what we're doing. We're building some here, and we're going to send it off as well. I didn't know that you could use wood and refine it to carbon. So we do have, as you can see, we still have a decent amount of it. It's actually, we're restricted by lime, which is great here. I love that. I need more fossils, really. So, okay. They're doing that. I have to build some anti-stress tables because for the first time in a really long time, we actually have somebody losing their shit. So I'm going to just put those on 9 so it gets done. You can see we have somebody. Mima is absolutely losing his marbles here. Now over here we do have a couple of things that we need done. So it's unfortunate that we need to do this, but we have to set ourselves up with a little bit of security around this thing because it is leaching heat pretty strongly, and I just want to make sure we can maintain the heat in this one area rather than have it expand. As you can see, there's pretty good temperature around most of the base thus far, but there were a few minor areas that needed some work. So you can see this spot needed a little bit of work, and there also needs quite a bit of work as well. So I'm going to be deconstructing this, and oh wait, no, let's mop it first and then deconstruct. We'll put this on an 8. We'll have them mop that up. They're going to be building that. And then we'll have them work on this, and hopefully they can make it in a reasonable manner. Though I know sometimes they have not been necessarily the happiest with me, but there you go. We'll get that in. And then over here too. Yeah, what are you filled with? What are you filled with? Oh, polluted water, that's right. So I was putting polluted water in a vat for the time being, and we'll see what happens there. All right, and then I want them digging down so that we can access all of these things and see all the beautiful, beautiful goodness that there is. This too needs some oxygen, which we have not run over yet. So let's just move a little bit of the plumbing up, and we'll click there, but we won't actually do anything. I will deconstruct those. And then I'm assuming, was it just not hooked up to power? Yeah, it wasn't hooked up to power. Okay, and they only have, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's about 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. Okay. So these folks need, well, they're going to need bunker tiles for this, unfortunately, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to actually have them deconstruct this tile here. And we're going to build some ladders down here, and we're going to put down some, well, insulated tiles would actually be good. And then we'll put down a regular floor, and we're putting batteries in here. So we needed actually refined metal for this too, for the smart battery. So we'll put a smart battery in there and hook up some more wires. So we need steel for this and steel for this process. So let's get them a little bit further along, and then we'll chat about what's gone right and what's gone wrong. So I've made a little bit of a decision here. We're gonna be putting the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna be putting the 7 oxyferns down here. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we're gonna move them down here because, as you can see, they're no longer doing anything because of their atmosphere. And if we go into, you know, the view here, there's not really much carbon dioxide down here. It's locked in underneath, and quite frankly, I think that it's time for us to begin that process. We're at the bottom of the base, we deal with the carbon dioxide, and actually, quite frankly, if I'm being honest, it should be dealt with on this level right here, because this is the lowest level we've got. And I also, you know, I don't really want to deal with this any more than we've already gone to there. So I'm actually going to cancel these, and we're going to put that. No, don't deconstruct these quite yet. I'd rather you do those. Excellent. Because I want this to stay low. I don't want any more water down here than there already is. And we should be able to, if I... Okay, go back up. We should be able to, if we deal with that, right? Rip these open a little bit more. Perfect. So now there's no water there. And that's the most important thing. I don't want there to be water on this level right now. What I would be happy with, though, is getting that a little bit lower down and putting this, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just doing something like this. I know it isn't the most perfect system. We could have had it a little bit better here, but honestly, this is, in my opinion, the best way to go. We're going to be putting in a ladder here too. No heat is really transferring up anyway. Hopefully they don't burn themselves touching this. They shouldn't. There shouldn't be any heat transfer, but we'll see in a second if they freak out here. Okay, they are saying it's pretty warm. It'll dissipate, though. Don't kill yourselves. Jeez. They should be all right. I'm hoping. Okay. Yep. That did a lot more damage than I was anticipating. So we're going to stop them from going down there for now. And we will get them to build up this portion. Holy crap. They literally almost died. And I'm assuming that Mima, your stress is pretty high. Yeah, that's fair. Understandable. Why is there no electric? Oh, gosh. I didn't set up the wiring. Didn't set up the wiring. I thought I did. That's not great. Somebody please. Wait, didn't I? I thought I did. Is it because I can't? No. All right. I don't know. Automatically canceled it. Or I did accidentally. That's embarrassing. Anyway. Let me see here. We've got 5 oxyfern plants available. Damn, I had no idea. You know what? I could send some oxyferns over to Combustia. Although they don't really need oxygen because their breathability is oh so good. Who is dying? Jean, you're peeing. You're fine. You'll be good. Please go consume your nibbles. I think maybe we should be putting a ration box in this room so that they stop losing their minds. And maybe even doing kind of similar to what we did over there where we had food over in carbon dioxide. So if I check, okay. Yeah, we could actually put it right in here. Let's just set that up like that. Maybe we rip. Maybe we don't rip that open. I don't know. Maybe we actually put a floor in here instead. We'll see. We'll see what they do. We'll actually get them to not dig that one out, but instead dig the 2 uppers out. Because I prefer if they just hopped in here. And I'll put a flooring unit there. Here. Let's do this. I've got an idea here. We'll get them to fix that. They've been working over here, haven't they? Yes, they have. And what I need from them is I need them to continue to do the good work that they've been doing, but dig everything else up. We don't need anything in here. They can do kind of all the digging. They've kind of done a good job here. I'm quite pleased with them. Very rare for me to say something like that. They're usually ruckus makers. And we'll do this just so that there's a ladder on both sides and we're able to kind of construct this whole thing. And I would, in an ideal world, I think I would like to put in tile here, but it's really not. Is there something? There must be something growing there. We'll just get them to dig those out too. We might move that over. There's not a lot of oxygen in here. Okay, you're suffocating. Go then, my guy. Don't. Oh, shit. Jean might die. Jean might die. Oh my god, Jean. Jean, no. Oh. The stress levels, Jean, my friend. You crazy little man, you almost perishing to the hydrogen gas that's in there. You crazy lad. Yikes. That was absolutely brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Holy shit. How's everybody doing on Cultivista? Any death over here? My goodness, we have quite a bit of... So the carbon dioxide is the issue here, eh? It's just a high temperature. It absorbed a little bit of the temperature from what we dug out, unfortunately. Not ideal, really not great. I thought we would be okay destroying those. I didn't think that there would be any heat transfer here. You shouldn't be hot, realistically. But if that's what's happening, it's okay. Now, what I want to see, you can see, look, now there's going to be oxygen down here. This was all part of my scheme. I wanted there to be some oxygen down here. Don't die, please. I wanted there to be oxygen down here so that they could then run over, instead of running all the way up or running into this polluted oxygen, they would have some real oxygen to deal with. Also, please, for the love of God, do this. I want there to stop being disgustingness down here. And then, unfortunately, it will take me a lot of resources to get down here. We're going to need to do... Well, I guess I'm going to need to refine some copper. Does copper not... Copper ore to copper? Give me some copper, refined copper, so that I can do some better things here. We'll do that as well. Maybe I should do that in the other colony, but... Refined copper will help me move along there, and then let's get this started here. I think maybe we need to do a little switcheroo as to which side the pole is on, because the volcano here, well, I guess actually it doesn't matter. Let's do this. Yeah, there's not really a reason for that to not be set up aside from a little bit of chlorine, but we've been absorbing chlorine in other ways, so let me just... put down some more oxyferns here. We've gone way more than I thought we did, so it's time for us to get those in there. That's that's 5 more than I thought we had, so that's pretty good numbers if you ask me. We're gonna pull, let's uproot 2, 3, and 4. Maybe 5. Screw it. Let's uproot 5. We're going to go down there and we're going to fix things up a little bit. That wasn't supposed to happen like that. I thought that it was going to be okay. Apparently not. Here's the deal. I thought that this was going to be okay. Obviously it's not. Which is really disappointing, but it's fine. Let's just have them rebuild this. I didn't think that this was going to be an issue in the way that it is. Because, like, they're literally killing themselves doing this. Like, look at her fucking walk. She's literally dying as she moves across here because she can't move anymore. Oh my goodness. No. Oh my god. I didn't think that that would do that. Holy shit. Okay. And there's no oxygen down here anymore because the oxyferns got flooded out. Right? Growth halted. No, it's body temperature because the water took all the temperature and dragged it across and basically killed them. Holy shit. This has been an absolute shit show. These folks, oh my goodness, what did they do? Ah, man. This was not my intent. Damn, I didn't think that I thought that it wouldn't transfer any heat, not that it would. Okay, alright, well, you know, I did what I did. Let's see if I can clean it up a little. Okay, so we had to build an emergency hospital because of this. Building melted. Okay, you know what, that one's actually fine. That I did on purpose. So, the vitals. Who's doing okay? Health. Max needs health. Oh, Ellie. Okay, Ellie's in there. Max, you also need to be in there. My good God. Moderate wounds. Building outside a hospital. Oh, yes. They are technically outside of a hospital because I have not hooked up this portion, which is fine. No, this is what we can do. That actually doesn't need to be like that. That's okay. Oh man, this has been a hectic time indeed. Holy shit. Okay, so they literally almost killed themselves, which is horrible. They did. I'm very displeased with their performance. Although I suppose it's not exactly their fault. They're trying to heal each other up a bit. The injuries were substantial. As you can see, as you can literally see, if I let's take the alert mode off here so we can see a little bit better here. You know, the beautiful screenshot mode. Look at them. He's so injured. They're so totally not having a good time. This is not it. They're all so fucked up right now. Jeez. I need an even bigger hospital. Oh my heavens. How big is this room? Miscellaneous room. Removed conflicting toilet, latrine. What? What is wrong? Why isn't it a hospital? Medical equipment. A toilet. Oh, it needs a mess table. Oh. Okay. So this is temporary to store the bad water in here. I don't suspect we're going to need the hospital very much, but I do need them to be in a hospital. For now, I would love to put the polluted water in here, though. As well, you might be wondering what exactly melted. Well, I put in some temp shift plates down here, and they melted, clearly. It wasn't supposed to be this temperature over here, obviously. That really caught me off guard. That really did not go the way I had planned. It's okay. What I could do, actually, is dump... You know what? Okay, wait. Here's another solution. This isn't great, but you know what? Temporary fix. If that doesn't really do the trick, I can dump some of the 17-degree water down here, and that would help lower it. But the ice is probably just the better thing to do. Oh, man. Damn, this just did not go to plan. See, I mean, this is genuinely what happens. It's melting much faster than I was thinking it would. So there is that. Not great from that regard, in that respect, but it's okay. The carbon dioxide will basically still fall to this level, and this is still pretty well the lowest level, so I'm not super fussed about it. I would rather if it didn't, but... Like, I'd rather if it didn't go lower than that, but, you know, it is what it is. I am thinking... You're fine on Combustor, right? Okay, you don't actually need food. You guys are not making much progress. You're crazy. We were supposed to be doing oil wells today. Instead, I had to build a hospital because they decided that they wanted to die for whatever reason. Little rascals. And let me just take... Let me take some... You got a little bit of conductive wiring. That's okay. And we're going to put a smart battery in right here. Now, this is like... It's very expensive to do this. But we needed to do it. Let's actually see if we can slam that out. Is that not producing? I really hope that it doesn't produce any at all. That would be ideal. As well, you'll see that I've got things set up right here. I'm opening up into these little homes, these slickster homes. And you can see what's funny about it is they're all in spaces with crude oil because they made that crude oil. The other thing that's funny is that they're all in vacuums because they consumed all of the carbon dioxide that they had. So I'm hoping that I can kind of bring myself down a little bit and allow carbon dioxide to flow around a little bit better. The other thing is, and like kind of keep them all in one spot, like move them over here, for instance. The other thing is there's a lot of heat over here, but over here seems to be okay. Like the 60, 70 seems to be all right. Okay. Clearly something else I need to do is put in a little bit more food because they're not, they don't have as much as I thought they did. So let's put in some more mealwoods. And dirt, are we still like well over? Yeah, okay, so we're doing fine for dirt. Okay. Well, this has been very stressful. This is great. Nothing to be worried about at all. I'm okay, everything's fine. So let me try and get at least some progress done in a way that makes sense, you know, in a way that I was trying. We are experiencing now for the first time in a while a little bit of meat. Oh, there you go. Okay, so they melted right away. Actually, that's very nice. So yeah, we're getting a little bit of a meteor shower right now, which is not great. But these are already closing, despite the fact that we did lose power. So thankfully, we're good there. The only thing I will, because I was literally over here and I was like, you know what, we need more power, so I was gonna put in another solar panel, but it turns out it was closing because of, well, explosions and ice. Thankfully, this the cold is actually going to transfer into these, and there's going to be a little bit of a heat exchange here, so that's nice in one way. In another way, not so nice. But what I'm going to do is we're going to put in one of those, and I would like to put in another one, but we'll stick with one for now. And I'm going to put, I got a little bit of iron from a drop there, and I'm going to just do this and hope for the best here. They're really struggling to get these tasks done, especially the analysis. You can actually deconstruct this now. The only reason I put that in was so that we could have a little bit more air here. I was thinking about giving them an Atmos suit checkpoint. It's been a little bit wild to do thus far. We are also having buildings melt, and they're really making this area cold. So that is one of the biggest things that I'm doing here, is making it cold, and I'm making this water cold. So it's going to be kind of like a little bit of a temperature holder, right? So it what do we call it? A heat sink is kind of what we did. So, or what we would call it. So anyway, that's what's happening here. We're just trying to make it have some thermal mass, right, and be a puddle of cooler water, so that, you know, there's a little bit more balance here and the temperatures don't exchange as fast as they have been exchanging. So we're wasting a lot of ice here. Now, I have used up 20,000 ice on this, which was probably bad. It seems like about a third of my ice was used on that. There is ice elsewhere, obviously. But, yeah, I was thinking just a moment ago when I was looking at all of this, I was like, you know what would be really good is actually this big area is building out a thermo aquatuner system. So either like in here or over there, and having the water could still be pumped down through here. We could actually just pump it down here instead and thermo aquatuner it, or you could pump it down directly and take out these extra steps that we've got in here. So, you know, we've got not that. Where are they? Oh, the desalinator. There you go. And then the water sieve, you know, we could remove that step. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm not positive what I want to do, but it's coming. My mind's wandering. We're thinking. Also, what's going on here? Yeah, using a bunker door. Amazing. So we blocked a meteor there, and let's check on Combustista. I don't think... Oh, they did reopen. That's interesting. So, does that work without... That's weird. Crushed ice. So, could they... dig those out. Maybe they can dig them out now. Oh, okay. Or, well, that's fine actually, because that'll just cool stuff down. Okay, I accept. And then we'll probably need a ladder here. Maybe would be a good idea in order to service the whole area. I wanted to do this today, but it's not, it's just simply not coming. I mean, we can still do some of it here. We can continue onwards. They do need their refined materials though, which is a little funky. So let's give it a little bit longer and see if we can get more metal over here and set ourselves up a little bit better with power and stuff. So we actually made it through the night with power in the smart battery, which is really lovely. I'm very happy to see that. We're going to be doing some stuff here soon, but what I've done, well, actually, no, a couple things. One, we're going to grab Joshua here because we need somebody else here. And as unfortunate as it is that I'm, you know, adding somebody in and it's going to cause some little bit of struggle, we need to make it happen as well. Let's just put in some more of the farm tiles so that we can feed Joshua too. And we need to talk about oxygen generation. So insufficient oxygen generation, I think we're doing okay still. Oxygen breathability is really high in the base, pretty well everywhere, even in Combustista is what it is called. Combustista, it's pretty high as well, so I'm good so far, but I am worried that we're gonna be encountering a situation where it might be, well, running all of the time. How much are you running? Where's the efficiency? Oh, okay, so it's actually, we're fine. 20 and 30, so about 30% we'll say. Ooh, 40%. Even if it was 50%, that means that we could still support double the dupes, I guess. But that's what I've done. You see that? Look at that. Copper. Copper's going in from here over to the new base, over to the new colony, because guess what? They need it, obviously. And we're just going to make that work. I would also like to just blip those two in so that we can make a little slide there. We're building across here because I realized, why would I make them go all the way down there and up when I can just go across and do some work? So we're doing that to you know, clean things up a little bit, make things a little bit easier for us and on us if we do decide to gut this and let it pour down. There is also this that I worked on a smidge. We've got bubbles analyzing because I realized I didn't have this analyzed. And then I'm thinking about ripping open, well, either this or these and having some water go down here should this reach too low a height, because it's kind of getting there where I'm not very happy with how low it is, but it is what it is, because I'm also thinking about putting in an aqua tuner. Maybe right here would be where the aqua tuner would go, and then we just run it across and up, and it can go in there. Because I'm thinking cool water will eventually be needed, so we might start building the aqua tuner setup. But something we're really limited on, and this is continuing to be a big problem, is lime. So we're constantly trying to be making lime because we need it for the iron. Now, what I'm thinking is on Combustista, either I can make lime out of the fossil here, presently, physically here, or I can send the fossil over there. I think maybe it would be more efficient to make the lime here and send it over, because it would just need to be sent out there. I just need to check. Does this need a power supply? It does. Okay. Not great, but whatever. We will make it work. Namely, what I want is some carbon dioxide to continue to shift down into here. There you go. So there is a little bit of carbon dioxide. I did dig my way down here. I'm wondering, you know, I could maybe, because does it get hot? heat KD. I don't really think it's much of an issue. Let me just put one of them in and see what we do, how it goes. And then we need clean water. So we're going to be pumping clean water from there. Let's just pump it across and over and down. I do think I want to limit it though. So we might do, yeah, let me just put a timer sensor in because I just want to make sure we're being careful and not overdoing it. So let me hook that up, and once it's sorted, we'll be back. So I was just looking over here, and I'm really quite pleased with these plants. So great news. They're producing an abundance of oxygen, which is fantastic. There's actually a little bit sneaking up there. It's mostly sneaking up to the right, but look at that. There is so little carbon dioxide. It's actually, they're fighting really, really strong, really well. So I'm quite pleased that they're doing a great job here. The carbon dioxide is finally going down, and that is what I love to see. Now, we're seeing some idleness. I guess only one person can do that task. Well, here's what's going to happen soon. And I think what we'll do is we're going to just begin the process of clearing this whole area out. Now, it's all going to be on a 5. I'm not going to rush them to do anything. I'm just going to get them to dig out 2 at a time. Maybe I should be getting them to dig out 3 at a time. But anyway, we're going to just, yeah, let's start doing 3 at a time. They don't need to be doing 2. Let's just get them to dig it all out and begin this process of clearing the space out, because you know what? We just simply need, we're going to be using, well, this space at some point for a aqua tuner setup to cool some more water and send it off. Now I know that it's not perfect. It's not perfect by any means, but listen. This is a good way to get some resources. It's a good way to get things cleaned up. And ultimately, I'm not really doing anything down here, and we're getting a little bit of idleness. So not wanting to see idleness, not wanting to have people just kind of sit around. I'd really rather clear things out and clear things up. So all the way to here, that'll be some really good resource acquisition, and that way they can just finally do a little bit more work and not have to complain that they're not working, and we'll be able to really pump the whole place filled with oxygen. Maybe it's not a good idea, I'm not sure, but hey, this is how it's done. This is how we begin the process. Now we're just gonna take the priority of all of this and shift it down to a 4, just because it isn't that important. I'm not super worried about any of it. That can all be a 4. That can be a 4. That can be a 4. The only thing that I will put as a, 8 can be that there. And just checking in on Combustista, we've got the oil well with an empty pipe because the automation wire says no. So, oh no, never mind. Not because the automation wire says no. Because there's no power. So let's, well, you know what? Let me just, for now, we have to make it happen, right? So there we go. No? Deconstruct for now? Or cancel deconstruct? Maybe what we do instead is just this for now. Have them do that, because the wiring is going to be very unreliable, maybe, is what I would say. Well, you know what? Screw it. Either way, we'll have the wiring set up and the pipe set up there, so we'll be good here. So for the first time, water going down, 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 into an oil reservoir, into that beautiful well, to get us a little bit of oil. Now, I don't want to be running this all the time. I don't want to be, you know, making too much of a mess here. the oil, does it tell me how much it's making? Power stored is really just disappearing. But that oil well is going. Does it? You don't tell me how much you produce. Water power intake. No. Okay. And so, oh, it's because it needs power to run. Okay, well, you know what? There we go. There was a little tweak there. I think we should be setting up some smart wiring here before we move ahead. So some smart batteries. We have a little bit of something going on here, which is nice, but we need a little bit more guidance down here, and I think everything will be okay after that. Cultivista did really well. I'm very pleased here, and that's what I call an episode. But if you did enjoy this episode, do let me know down below. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thank you for stopping by. Happy you did, and I'll see you next time.